Are you a light or dark chosen one? Look at these vibrational differences. What if I told you the reason you felt out of place, torn between purpose and pain, is because you're something rare, something ancient, something called? What if you weren't just spiritual, but chosen? And not just chosen by fate or some external divine figure, but chosen by vibration, by the frequency of your own soul's agreement before entering this life. You see, some of us were not born to follow the path. We were born to be the path. But here's where it gets even deeper. Not all chosen ones walk the same road. Some are chosen to carry the light. Some are chosen to embody the dark. And the difference between the two is not morality. It's not good versus evil. It's vibration. It's function. It's initiation. And once you realize which archetype lives within you, your entire life begins to make sense. Let me tell you up front, this isn't about duality in the way you've been taught. This isn't about angels and demons or saints and sinners, but this is about energy. About cosmic roleplay, that the universe needs both forces to evolve. Without the light, there is no creation. Without the dark, there is no transformation. So the question isn't which one is better. The question is, which one are you? And how do you live in alignment with that truth without fear, without shame, and without compromise?
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
Now, here's where it gets real. Light chosen ones and dark chosen ones often go through similar levels of intensity, but the quality of that intensity is wildly different. If you're a light chosen one, your soul blueprint is encoded with activation energy. Your presence brings clarity, inspiration, and remembrance to others. People feel calm around you, even if they don't understand why. You radiate safety, and often you're drawn to healing, teaching, or guiding. You are a bridge between the higher realms and the human world, and your path is one of embodiment. Your wounds, though deep, often serve to soften you like gold being molded into form. You shine best when you're seen. Your challenge is learning how to remain open and radiant in a world that often wants to dim your light out of envy or fear. You're not here to fight, you're here to remind, to awaken, to reintroduce people to their own divinity. But if you're a dark chosen one, your vibration holds a different frequency, one of destruction, death, and deep alchemy. Not destruction in the way the world fears it. This is sacred destruction. You are the one who clears the rot, and the one who calls out illusions. The one who walks into the room and triggers transformation not because you try to, but because your energy is catalytic. You have walked through hell, often in silence, and emerged with wisdom no book can teach. While light chosen ones remind people of who they are, dark chosen ones strip away who they are not. You don't just activate, you initiate. Your power is often misunderstood, even feared. People may project onto you, villainize you, or distance themselves without knowing why. And yet, you are the one they seek when their life is falling apart, because somewhere inside, they know you were built for the fire. So how do you know which one you are? You have to stop looking at your personality and start looking at your effect. What happens when you enter a space? Does it become more peaceful, more luminous? Do people feel safe, held, seen? Or does your presence shake things up, force people to confront their shadows, spark emotional releases or sudden endings? Both are sacred. Both are necessary. but they are not the same. And once you recognize your signature vibration, you stop resisting your nature. You stop trying to be what the world expects and finally become what you were born to be. Let's go deeper. Light chosen ones often carry an innocent frequency, not naive, but pure. They remember love easily. They forgive quickly. Their power is in their softness, their accessibility. They speak to the child in others, the part that still believes in miracles. Their gift is in reminding souls of what they've forgotten. But that gift comes with a cost, because their light attracts moths as well as seekers. They are often drained by energy vampires, manipulated by those who sense their kindness, and burdened by the weight of always being the strong one. Their lesson is boundaries. Their mastery is discernment. Dark chosen ones, meanwhile, often carry a frequency of ancient knowing. They've seen things others haven't. They've felt the undercurrents of society, of family patterns, of collective pain. Their power is in their depth. They don't speak unless it matters. They don't offer comfort if it's false. Their presence alone can shake someone into an awakening. But they pay a heavy price for that power. Misunderstanding, isolation, but sometimes even rejection from spiritual communities that only value love and light. Their lesson is self-trust. Their mastery is integration. And here's something I want you to really feel. You don't get to choose which one you are. Your soul chose before you were born. What you do get to choose is whether you will live it consciously or unconsciously. Whether you will wield your frequency with intention or let it leak out and cause chaos. Because both paths require responsibility. Both require devotion. And both demand that you stop pretending to be something you're not. So I ask you, when you look at your life, your history, your patterns, what do you see? Are you the one who always brings calm to the storm? Or are you the storm that brings clarity after chaos? Do people feel healed after talking to you? Or do they feel like something inside of them just got rearranged? Do you find yourself in roles of nurturer, guide, intuitive uplifter, or do you find yourself in roles of truth teller, destroyer of illusions, shadow walker? Look closer. Don't answer too quickly. This isn't about ego. This is about function. Because once you stop trying to be the other, once you stop comparing your gifts to someone else's, you unlock a level of power most people never touch. You stop wasting energy trying to fit in and start focusing it on fulfilling your soul's actual assignment. And just for a moment, ask yourself one final question. What if everything that broke you was actually preparing you to hold the exact vibration you came here to carry? The assignment of the soul. Why light and dark chosen ones were sent to Earth with opposite missions. If you've ever wondered why your life seems to be shaped by extremes, why you've faced battles others can't see, but why you've carried burdens that have no name, it's because your soul agreed to a mission before you were born. And that mission wasn't random. It was selected based on your vibrational blueprint. Whether you are a light chosen one or a dark chosen one, you were sent here with a distinct spiritual assignment. Not better, not worse, just opposite. Two polarities working together in a cosmic dance to shift the frequency of an entire planet that forgot who it was. And here's something most people don't realize. Light chosen ones and dark chosen ones were never meant to walk the same path. They were meant to complement each other. But because this world is addicted to duality, good versus bad, light versus dark, many chosen ones get confused. They try to embody both, or worse, they try to suppress what they really are to fit into a mold that makes others comfortable. But that's not the truth. The truth is, light chosen ones were sent here to awaken the dreamers, and dark chosen ones were sent here to shatter the illusions. And both are acts of love, just expressed in radically different ways. A light chosen one enters this life with a frequency that resonates with remembrance. They hold the codes of peace, compassion, unity, and higher love. Their assignment is to remind people of what they've forgotten, that they are divine, worthy, infinite. They serve as beacons, often attracting others who are lost or in pain. Their presence alone can activate healing. They are the ones who walk into a room and soften it. Their words feel like balm. Their energy feels like home. These souls are often drawn to healing practices, intuitive guidance, art, teaching, and other forms of soul expression that bring light into darkness. But their challenge is that they often overextend, overgive, and forget to guard their own energy. Because their light attracts everything, including the broken, the manipulative, and the draining. Dark chosen ones, on the other hand, carry a frequency that resonates with disruption. Not destruction for destruction's sake, but sacred disruption and energy that breaks down what is false so that what is real can rise. Their assignment is not to soothe, but to shock, not to comfort, but to confront. They are the ones who speak the truth no one wants to hear. The ones who walk away when everyone else stays silent. They are agents of change, initiators, shadow weavers. They often carry a level of intensity that others misinterpret as coldness or danger. But in reality, that intensity is precision. They didn't come here to play in the shallow end of spirituality. They came to dive into the depths and pull others up from the underworld of their own lies. Their challenge is that they are often feared, isolated, or rejected not because they are wrong, but because they are right too soon. When you understand these assignments, you begin to see the bigger picture. The light ones guide you inward. The dark ones tear away what blocks your access. One builds the temple. The other burns down everything that isn't sacred. One sings you into remembrance. The other screams you into awakening. And both are necessary. The problem is, we've been taught to value one over the other. But we praise the nurturer, the healer, the soft-spoken sage, but we exile the truth-teller, the challenger, the storm. And yet, without that storm, the stagnant never moves. So if you felt like your approach to life, to spiritual truth, to people is too intense, too raw, too real, maybe you're not misguided. Maybe you're just on the other team. Maybe your soul didn't come here to comfort the world. Maybe it came to wake it up. And yes, there are light chosen ones who carry shadow. And there are dark chosen ones who have immense light. This is not black and white. It's not about purity or polarity, it's about dominant frequency. Which energy do you return to, again and again? Which one feels like home? Which one, when fully embraced, makes your life start to make sense? You can't fulfill your assignment if you don't know what it is. And you can't know what it is if you're still trying to be something you're not. That's why so many light chosen ones feel exhausted, because they've taken on roles of confrontation that don't suit them. That's why so many dark chosen ones feel rejected, because they've been told their truth is too much, their insight too sharp, their fire too dangerous. But what if those exact traits are the reason they were chosen? What if the world needs your sharpness, your edge, your refusal to lie? I want you to think about something for a moment. What if your pain wasn't random? What if the specific wounds you carry, the exact traumas you've survived, were part of your training? What if they weren't here to break you, but to break open the code you were meant to carry? Because here's the secret: chosen ones are forged, not flattered. You weren't chosen because you were special. You were chosen because you were prepared. Because somewhere in your soul, across lifetimes, you earned the right to carry this frequency. And your mission isn't about being liked, it's about being effective. Whether that means shining your light into the broken places or burning away the false light that blinds people to truth. You are not here to be perfect. You are here to be aligned, and alignment starts with honesty. So I ask you, are you fulfilling your mission, or are you still trying to prove your worth to a world that will never understand your design? The vibrational mechanics of power, how chosen ones influence reality without saying a word. There's a type of power that doesn't need words, actions, or even recognition. It's the kind of power that walks into a room and changes the temperature of the air. It's the kind of presence that makes people sit up straighter, feel seen, or feel exposed without a single sentence being spoken. This is the vibrational power of a chosen one. Whether light or dark, these souls don't operate through force. They operate through frequency. And frequency, unlike charisma or performance, cannot be faked. It cannot be borrowed. It cannot be imitated. It is earned through alignment, forged through fire, and carried in silence. Have you ever noticed how some people radiate peace? Not because they're trying, but because they've become it. Or how others can walk into a space and suddenly the energy shifts, unspoken tensions rise, truths surface, people become uncomfortable or inspired or transformed. That's not coincidence. That's resonance. And chosen ones, by design, carry a vibrational signature that disrupts the ordinary. They're not here to blend in. They're here to tune the field, to adjust the collective frequency, not by preaching, but by being. This is why many chosen ones don't feel the need to speak often, especially the dark ones. Words are too small for what they carry. Language dilutes the transmission. Their energy does the work long before their mouth ever opens. But even light chosen ones, who are often more expressive and connective, work on a similar principle. Their healing comes not just through guidance, but through presence. Their vibration is a medicine that others drink in without even knowing they're thirsty. So how does this work? Let's go deeper. Everything in the universe is vibration. Your thoughts, your emotions, your body, your breath all emit frequencies. And those frequencies interact with other frequencies at all times. Now imagine that your vibration is not just a byproduct of your mood, but a tool, a broadcasting signal that either disrupts or harmonizes the field around you. Chosen ones have refined this signal, either by conscious practice or by surviving experiences that purified them. Their vibration becomes so coherent, so stable, that it begins to affect the incoherent vibrations around them. This is why people feel different in their presence, because they're being tuned, not taught. But here's the paradox. This power is both a gift and a burden, because the more aligned your vibration becomes, the more you see. You begin to feel the distortions in others. You feel their fear, their envy, their desire to siphon your energy or test your center. And you must hold your frequency steady, even when the world around you is chaotic. This is the real spiritual work, not meditating in silence, but maintaining your vibration in the noise. Not escaping the world, but walking through it unchanged. This is why chosen ones often experience spiritual fatigue. It's not just from doing too much, it's from being too much in environments that aren't ready. It's from constantly holding the field, cleaning the energy, adjusting the frequency without thanks, without rest, without understanding. And yet, you keep doing it, not because you want the reward, but because your soul remembers the mission. You are the frequency. You can't help but broadcast it. And maybe that's why you felt unseen. Because how do you explain a power that doesn't show itself in performance? How do you prove an impact that happens silently, energetically, in the hearts of strangers? You can't, and you don't need to, because your validation shouldn't come from reaction. It should come from resonance. You'll know when someone feels you. You'll know when your vibration has entered their system and begun the work. You'll see it in their eyes, in their confusion, in their healing, in their awakening. So I offer you this reminder: your power is not in what you say. It's in what you carry. It's in what you are. And every time you choose alignment over approval, presence over performance, integrity over image, you strengthen that power. You broadcast a signal that reshapes reality, not through force, but through frequency. The final revelation: why the world needs you to remember who you are now more than ever. There is a moment in every soul's journey where remembering becomes more important than seeking. And that moment is now. The world, as it stands, is not in crisis from lack of technology, resources, or knowledge. It is in crisis because of a spiritual amnesia that has spread like a fog across humanity. That people have forgotten who they are. They've forgotten what they're made of. And in that forgetting, false structures have taken root, systems fueled by fear, manipulation, and scarcity. But within this darkness, something ancient is stirring. A recall, a reawakening, a rising of those who agreed, long before birth, to serve as anchors of the real, chosen ones. You didn't stumble into this path. You were summoned. Whether by pain, by loss, or by the intense disillusionment of the modern world, you were pulled into a deeper knowing. Maybe it started as a whisper, a sense that reality felt off, a dream that stuck with you, a strange synchronicity too precise to ignore. That wasn't coincidence. That was a call. And you're not the only one hearing it. Across the planet, light and dark chosen ones are being activated, but not all at once, not in the same way, but each in their own sacred timing. And the reason is simple: the frequency of the earth is shifting. She is shedding the old skins of illusion. And to do that, she needs vibrational architects to hold the new template. That's your role. That's why your presence matters more now than ever before. But let's be honest, this path is not glamorous. It's not about building a big following or looking enlightened on camera. It's not about aesthetics or algorithms. It's about energy, and energy doesn't lie. You can't fake resonance. You can't pretend to be aligned and expect the frequency to hold. This is why so many chosen ones face breakdowns before breakthroughs. You had to be stripped of everything false, everything performative, everything programmed. Because your power doesn't come from what you know, it comes from what you've survived, what you've integrated, what you've become. And right now, the world is starving for authenticity. People are tired of surface-level spirituality, tired of curated perfection, tired of love and light bypassing that ignores the depth of human pain. But what they crave, whether they know it or not, is realness, rawness. Souls who have walked through darkness and returned with actual light, not borrowed light, not filtered light, lived light, light that knows shadow, light that respects the dark. And that's what you carry. Whether you are a light chosen one softening the world with your presence, or a dark chosen one tearing down illusions with your truth, you are part of the same revelation, the return of embodied frequency. But you must remember, fully, not just in theory, not just in your journal or meditations, but in your life. You must walk like you know who you are, speak like your words are spells, move like your energy is already shaping timelines, because it is. Every interaction you have, every boundary you hold, every truth you speak into uncomfortable silence, it all matters. You are not just living your life. You are adjusting the collective field. And when enough of us do this, the world does change, not from the top down, but from the inside out. And yes, the world will resist this. It already is. Systems built on fear don't collapse quietly. But that's why you're here, not to run, not to hide, but to remember, to hold the line, to become the new blueprint. And the beauty is, you don't have to do it perfectly. You only have to do it honestly. Because when you live in alignment with your soul's assignment, your very existence becomes a transmission. You become the living proof that something else is possible. So if you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. If you've been doubting your path, this is your confirmation. If you've been playing small, dimming down, or waiting for permission, stop. The time for hiding is over. The time for remembering is now. The world doesn't need more content. It needs more coherence. It needs more souls who are fully awake, fully embodied, and fully unapologetic about the frequency they carry. Because here's the deepest truth: you are not here to fit in. You are here to recalibrate the frequency of humanity. And you don't need to force it. You only need to be it. Be the vibration. Be the mirror. Be the reminder. Be the disruption. Whatever your soul came here to do, do it with fire. Do it with grace. Do it with the knowing that you are not alone. That we are all waking up together, one frequency at a time. And when it feels hard, when the world feels heavy, return to this simple mantra. I remember who I am. I remember why I came. I am the frequency. I am the shift. Now go live like it. The world is watching. And more importantly, the world is waiting.